Now, you might think that forging with fire is just a thing for medieval times, or that superheroes are the only ones that can bend metal. Well, the men and women here do that kind of thing every day. Now, it might not be with their bare hands, but it's pretty close. From ornamental railings to sculptures and furnishings, Fine Architectural Metalsmiths is preserving the craft of custom metal smithing. They're carrying on a long tradition and putting their own modern twist on it. Tell me what it is that you guys do here and how you do it.
What's different about us is that we do everything by hand. We touch every piece with a lot of understanding of the history behind it. We do not use stock items, catalog items. It's kind of like the difference between standardized fast food and grandma's home cooking.
I at least feel a real sense of history and sort of just personality with all these items. Is that something that you guys have been trying to show with your work?
The minute you hand work iron, your hand is on it, your hand is in it. Iron can really become alive. The way it moves, what it expresses, it can be so fluid. We can look back at history and take elements and make something totally new.
So you do actual forging here on location?
Yes, we do. Downstairs, and I hear the power hammer rolling.
All right, let's go take a look, huh?
Let's go.
So we're here in the smithy with Pat. What do you do here at the shop?
I do a lot of the forge work that comes in the door through commissions, and I teach all of the blacksmithing workshops. Most of them we invite instructors as well to help pass on the tradition of forging.
The tools that you're using, the methods that you're using, is that something that's important to your work and this place as well?
Yes, very important. The tools and the techniques are kind of what make the work we do here super unique. What's unique about the tools here in the smithy are they're all handmade by the craftsmen that work here for the jobs and the teaching that we do. So we've made all the hammers and tongs in-house.
So you want to walk me through the process of how to forge a piece of steel?
Yeah, it all starts, back here. These are propane-fired forges. They get up to anywhere from 18 to 2,000 degrees, and the material you're going to forge goes in there and it goes through a range of colors till it gets up to forging temperature. And then with the tongs here, I grab the material out of the forge and either step over to the anvil or power hammer and very carefully and deliberately swing the hammer at the material to get my desired forging.
Do you add any signature styles to any of the custom work that you do?
Yeah, a lot of the commission work we do and the people that come here do so specifically because they're interested in the style of work that we do, for sure, which is that contemporary feel with a traditional technique. And this is a perfect example of what sort of makes my work a little bit more unique than the average blacksmith, because I've taken mostly forged pieces here and combined with tubing straight from the mill, and I've used a little bit of basic machining to connect all this together to give the illusion of a floating handle.
The art of metalsmithing can also be done on a smaller scale. Laurie creates spectacular jewelry and other fine metalwork, experimenting with her own methods.
Initially, when I first started, I had no idea how to do anything metalwork related, and I took a class and just dove right in. I do use the forge for some things. You can use the forge for small work too. I also use an acetylene torch. I use copper, brass, and steel. I do enameling and powder coating to add color to the surfaces of my work. I like using moving parts in my work, both in jewelry and sculpture, because it makes them feel like they're alive, and if you're wearing something that moves, it kind of moves with your body, and it's interesting to have on and play with while you're wearing it.
Okay, I'm ready to give metalsmithing a go. I think one of the best things about this place is that they're trying to keep their traditions alive for newer generations. Here we go.